Minnesota twins take their act to a different Twin Cities TV station, WCCO to be exact.
I'm Don Shelby.
And I'm Colleen Needles in for Pat Miles. The 5 p.m. report is coming up next.
At LensCrafters, unlike many optical stores, you can actually see how committed our in-store labs are to crafting you top quality glasses in about an hour. See the care, see the quality checks.
I was impressed with both the workmanship and the quality of LensCrafters.
I said, now, I bet they can't get my prescription ready in an hour, and they did.
See what LensCrafters means by quality glasses in about an hour.
LensCrafters, custom-crafted eyeglasses in about an hour. Burnsville Center, Southdale Center, Lomans Plaza, Crystal Shopping Center, and now in East St. Paul.
To make a superior biscuit, Hardee's relies on advanced technology, like our automatic buttermilk processor, heavy equipment, precision-crafted appliances, meticulously formulated components. And to make sure they all come together just so, we use the most complex piece of machinery known, Hardee's. Only we make our Rise and Shine biscuits totally from scratch. It's the least we can do to win you over.
A new season on Channel 4, the Viking Station.
Testing kits for measuring levels of radon gas in the home are becoming some of the hottest items around these days, and that's because of a new report that radon levels are too high in many Minnesota homes. And we're going to show you how to use one of those test kits and where to find them coming up on the 5.
WCCO Television presents Don Shelby, Pat Miles, and Bud Crayley. This is the 5 p.m. report.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much for joining us. We're told the Minnesota Health Department is just getting swamped with calls today.
The subject, radon gas in the home. It all started yesterday with the EPA report that North Dakota and Minnesota have the highest levels anywhere in the U.S., and that those levels were high in more than 40% of the homes tested. This morning, the health department had to assign 3 people to answer the questions of the 600 people who called in. Many of them wanted to know about the home testing kits that can be purchased.
And our consumer reporter, Jim Newman, came across one of those himself today. He joins us now with a demonstration, Jim. We're all going to be interested.
Okay, Don, you see, the issue here is that radon decays into alpha particles, which are known to be cancerous, and the alpha particles can be found in people's homes. And what we need to do is determine exactly how much radon, how many alpha particles are actually in your house. And to do that, the American Lung Association is providing for $24.95 per kit, a kit that has a little piece of plastic in a container, which you can see here. Here's the little tiny piece of plastic. And what it does is measure the alpha particles by getting scratched by them. The alpha particles actually etch their way into the plastic over a rather substantial period of time, from 3 months to 6 months, even a year. In fact, a year is the best amount of time you can invest in checking this out, because the fact is that radon rises and depletes over the seasons. It's likely to be in greater abundance in a person's house in the winter and less in the summer. And so if you do purchase one of these, we recommend, and the American Lung Association recommends, that you keep it in the basement or wherever you suspect the radon is in your house for a substantial period of time. Now, there is a less expensive method of testing radon on the market, and it's based not on that plastic piece that you saw there, but it's actually a charcoal base in a metal container, as you see here. And what it does, it attracts the radon gas. The gas binds to the charcoal, and it can get a reading in from 3 to 7 days. It's not nearly as reliable, however, as the first method I showed you, the plastic. Now, if you should find that, in fact, you have radon in your house, you might be wondering what you should do about it. One thing you can do is seal the cracks in the foundation of your house, because radon does seep in through the cracks. You can ventilate your foundation. That is, in some manner, put a fan down below the foundation of the house to suck the air out and suck the radon out. And the third method is to install a forced air system in your house, a powerful circulation system which exchanges the air and eliminates the radon.
Okay, now I got two quick questions. One, where are these things available? This one and the charcoal one.
Don, the alpha track method is available through the American Lung Association. I think you have an address for that. This less reliable system is available from some hardware stores and through some commercial outlets. We're not really sure exactly where you can buy that. I'm sure you're going to see these, however, available over time.
Okay, we've got some more information on that, Jim.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Jim.
You're welcome.
The Minnesota Department of Health also offers a pamphlet explaining the radon problem. Now, to get one of those, just phone the department at 623-5348. Or to buy an Alpha Track radon detector that Jim showed us, you can send a check for $24.95 to the American Lung Association, 1829 Portland Avenue South, Minneapolis, 55404. An 18-year-old St. Paul teenager has admitted spraying mace in several stores at Rosedale Shopping Center last night. The mall had to be evacuated after workers and shoppers started complaining of headaches and burning eyes. At the time, firefighters thought it might be a leak in an air conditioner. It wasn't until later that police took the teenager into custody. He said he did it as a practical joke. The Ramsey County Attorney's Office is considering whether to file charges against the youth.
An off-duty Minneapolis police officer shot and killed a 30-year-old man last night in a South Side transient apartment complex. And this morning, investigators were looking over the scene at the Pursuit Hometel and Park Avenue. They said the officer, Alyssa Clemens, acted properly when she shot Thomas Jennings as he came toward her with a knife. Off-duty officers have been working here for the past 3 months because of the high number of complaints about rowdyism and drinking there. The shooting victim had apparently been banned from the building. Minneapolis Deputy Chief of Police Bob Lutz will become Bloomington's new Chief of Police. He will begin his new job on September 26. Lutz joined the Minneapolis Police Department in 1968. He succeeds former Chief Jerry Putnam, who resigned to take a job in California. Minneapolis is also looking for a new police chief, and though Lutz's name had often been mentioned as a possible successor to Tony Boza, Lutz did not apply for the job. Colleen?
With no major statewide contests on the ballot, a light voter turnout was predicted for today's Minnesota primary. In fact, the Secretary of State's office was projecting only 15% of the voters would show up at the booths. That's a fraction of the state's 3.1 million qualified voters. In the Wisconsin primary, however, a slightly larger figure expected, 17%, because of contested Senate races in both parties. Let's join Alan Cox now, live in Hudson, Wisconsin. Alan?
Colleen, the turnout so far here in Hudson has not been overly exceptional, although as work starts to end, we're getting a little more activity here at one of the 2 polling places for Hudson. There is a hot race on both parties to succeed U.S. Senator William Proxmire. It's especially hot on the Democratic side. In that race, Herb Kohl, the owner of the Milwaukee Bucks pro basketball team, is spending an unprecedented amount for Wisconsin politics. $3 million at the end of last month, most of it his own money, more than $1 million going into TV ads. His message is that he's an independent because of his wealth. His slogan is, "Nobody's senator but yours." And Kohl charges he's been the victim of negative ads by others. There's one surprising ad that's been running by outgoing Senator Proxmire, who said he wouldn't endorse anyone, but he says another candidate has experience you just can't buy. The candidate Proxmire is referring to, former Governor Tony Earl, defeated in an attempt for re-election to the governor's office 2 years ago. He's campaigning as the candidate of experience. Also on the Democratic side, former NFL player Rep. Ed Garvey, Wisconsin Secretary of State Doug LaFollette, and less-known candidate Edmund Hufsey. On the Republican side, Susan Engelleiter, the Wisconsin State Senate Minority Leader, she's taking positions somewhat liberal somewhat moderate, I should say, for the Republican Party nationwide. Pro-choice on abortion rights, calls for quicker action on arms control. Her opponent, Steve King, a businessman, says Engelleiter is closer in many of her positions to Dukakis than most Wisconsin Republicans. He says he would fight very hard to oppose a tax increase. And there's one other candidate on the Republican side, Peter Taylor. The polls taken over the weekend show that Engelleiter has a 2-to-1 lead over King. On the Democratic side, a race too close to call between Kohl and Earl, but it's very difficult to predict how primary elections will go because the turnout is just so low.
All right, Alan, and you'll be back later this evening with results?
We'll have some of the results by 10.
All right, thank you, Alan. Well, stay with us now as the Tuesday 5 continues. We'll have the latest on the out-of-control wildfires now racing through California gold rush country.
And we're also going to tell you about the preparations now being made in the Gulf of Mexico as Hurricane Gilbert approaches We're going to have both of those stories coming up next.
A drive to the neighborhood drugstore is a little longer for some folks than for others. But last year, you and your neighbors made that trip to one pharmacy over 60 million times. Kmart. You know you'll always find a friendly pharmacist, a computerized prescription system for quicker service, a choice of national brands or generic equivalents where allowed. And because it's Kmart, everyday low prices. There are other pharmacies, but there's only one Kmart in your neighborhood.
Hardee's Garden Fresh Salads. We call them that because our lettuce comes from fresh lettuce. Our cabbage from fresh cabbage. And our carrots from, wouldn't you know it, fresh carrots. And now our freshest idea yet, zesty new chicken fiesta salad with tender marinated breast of chicken. Along with our chef and garden salads, it's a delectable thing we do to win you over.
Hey, it's our anniversary, a big day for us. I mean, what we've got here is real special, you know? So, I just want to tell you those three little words again. Sell it all.
Yeah! It's Highland's anniversary, and we're dropping prices left and right. Get this Hot Point heavy-duty electric dryer with upfront lint filter, just $184.
I wish this could last forever, but with these prices, no way.
Highland's 55th anniversary sale going on now.
Come to Nordic Oaks and browse through beautiful European-styled solid oak furniture handcrafted locally. Perfection has never been closer than Nordic Oaks.
Hurricane Gilbert just keeps getting stronger and stronger, and it leaves the Caribbean and it heads toward the Gulf of Mexico at this hour. With winds now reaching as high as 160 miles an hour, Gilbert is listed as a Class 5 hurricane. There is no Class 6. That's as bad as it gets. You're looking at pictures taken off Cuban television as the storm moved through there today. But there are still no pictures or confirmed casualties out of Jamaica or the tiny Grand Cayman Islands, which were pounded earlier by the storm. The Gulf of Mexico is next in line. In fact, oil rigs in the Gulf were evacuated today. The storm's path could take it toward the Yucatan Peninsula and Texas next. Bud Kraling is standing by with more on Hurricane Gilbert. Bud.
And we continue to receive some amazing pictures of the storm center from our satellite sequence. The outer fringes of Hurricane Gilbert now beginning to affect the Florida Keys with winds up to 50 miles an hour and tides 1 to 2 feet above the normal and heavy rains in that area. Now, the eye of the storm is now approximately 250 miles southeast of the northern tip of the Yucatan Peninsula, continues to move to the north-northwest at 15 miles an hour. Further updates tonight as the storm moves probably into the western Gulf. Here in the Twin Cities today, we were mostly sunny, and photographer Gordy Leach found this beautiful scene of Como Lake, the fishing dock there. The afternoon temperature is 74 degrees, and this nice weather is going to continue. In the Twin Cities now, it is sunny, and our maximum at 74 right now. Humidity, 29%. Winds from the west, 14, and pressure falling from 30.05. Sunny, temperature at 74 degrees. A bit cooler at Lincoln, Nebraska today because clouds kept it down to 70 degrees there. 85 at Yakima, sunny all along the coast there, sunny at Tucson, 94. An inch of rain at Wichita Falls, Texas today. That's right off that cold front. At 93 was their afternoon temperature. Also cloudy at Toledo, 76. Rain at Key West, their temperature is 88. And Islip, New York, with a half inch of rain earlier today. Their temperature reached 80 degrees. Earlier in the day, there was some heavy rains in the northeastern states with an inch at New York City and a half inch at Newark, New Jersey. Other showers were scattered, of course, over the southern part of Florida, along the Gulf, thunderstorms in the northern part of Louisiana and southern Mississippi, and just a few light showers scattered out through the western states. And the precipitation outlook for tomorrow, well, a quarter inch of rain in parts of Wyoming. Well, could that be some snow? It's hard to tell yet. And another area of rain for tomorrow from central Texas up to parts of the eastern part of Kansas. And we expect all along the edge of the Gulf would be rain precipitation from Hurricane Gilbert, but not heavy amounts. A quarter inch is possible there. Our forecast clear tonight. Sunset at 7:28, 42 temperature overnight. Northwest winds at 10 to 15. Forecast for tomorrow is mostly sunny with the afternoon temperature at 72 degrees, northeast winds at 5 to 10. And our Thursday forecast will keep it Mostly cloudy on Thursday and 75 degrees. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so pleasant. I just have to mention sunny and temperatures in the 70s for the weekend.
Sounds beautiful. Thanks.
That'll be our last weekend of summer.
Well, that
right.
Enjoy.
What am I doing with this wool coat on today?
That's right.
You know, a lot of people have been asking us how Pat Miles and Bill Carlson, their families are. You know, we've told you before that they were vacationing down there in Jamaica, and we had told you we're going to have contact with them. Well, the telephone lines blew down. We haven't been able to get in contact with them. Officials down there say that's nothing to get too concerned about because communication to the island is just not working very well right now. So not to worry. We'll get a hold of Pat and Bill as soon as we can. Other news. An out-of-control wildfire in California destroyed nearly 100 homes in the rugged Sierra Nevadas today and forced evacuation of at least 8,000 people. Warm, dry winds drove the flames across 40 square miles of timber and brush. Additional homes are still in danger.
5 people were killed in an unusual bus accident in New Mexico. A large boulder tumbled onto a road after a thunderstorm and sheared off the front of a Greyhound bus. The driver and 4 passengers died. 14 other passengers were injured. The accident pushed the bus into some other rocks, keeping it from falling into a river 40 feet below. Greenpeace members protested against Icelandic whaling at the Pillsbury shareholders meeting today. Greenpeace is urging a boycott of Icelandic fish and wants Pillsbury and Burger King to stop buying fish from Iceland until that country stops whaling.
Who here eats Kellogg's Corn Flakes? Who here would switch if they knew there was a cornflake from Total? If they knew Total Corn Flakes had 100% of 12 vitamins and minerals? If they knew Total Corn Flakes had twice the vitamin and mineral nutrition? Even tasted better? For a better tasting, more nutritious cornflake, Total Corn Flakes has it all. If it's Total Corn Flakes, it's total nutrition.
This time of year, prices are really dropping at Mills Fleet Farm.
Fall savings time is here.
It's your chance to save big and get set for autumn.
Now's the time to install quality Larson aluminum storm windows. Special order yours from a wide variety of styles, all on sale now.
Then start your fall cleaning with the Hoover Elite Upright Vacuum. Lightweight yet powerful with attachments only $79.99. It's that time of year.
So shop now and rake in the bargains during fall savings time at Mills Fleet Farm.
This typewriter and I have been through a lot of deadlines together. Kind of shows, too. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's kind of like my Yellow Pages, U.S. West Direct. I've got some other directories around here, but none of them have as much information as this book right here. You can tell by my doodling. It's the one that I use. I couldn't write a better book myself.
It's the one that gets used. U.S. West Direct.
A guy walked up to me the other day on the street and said, "I know you." I smiled. "You're on TV." I smiled. "Who are you?" I said, "Ray Combs." "Right. You're married to Alexis." "No." "The new James Bond." "No." "Did you shoot JR?" I said, "I'm the new host of Family Feud." He said, "No, that's not it."
Family Feud, coming to Channel 4 this fall on September 19th.
Anti-abortion forces won a victory in Congress today.
The U.S. Senate voted on a controversial amendment that would grant federally funded abortions for women who are the victims of rape or incest. Skip Loescher has details.
A first trimester abortion, no matter what the reason, is legal for any woman who can afford to pay for it. But for 8 years now, anti-abortion forces have kept a poor woman from getting a federally funded abortion, even if she is the victim of rape or incest and promptly reports it to authorities. The Senate tried to change that this summer by attaching an amendment to the billion-dollar-plus Health and Human Services funding bill. The House said no, and last Friday, after receiving a veto threat from the president, the House stuck to its guns.
Taking innocent, unborn life will not ease the abuse of rape.
It is against the standard of the taking of a human life that all other actions, even actions as horrible as cases of rape and incest, must be judged.
All we are talking about is whether there is an opportunity for the poor to be treated the same way as the rich.
The House again rejected the rape and incest provisions, setting the stage for today's confrontation in the Senate.
I am tired of the abortion argument dominating the debate on any issue here in the United States Senate.
Nevertheless, Weicker and other proponents argued that the Senate should also stick to its guns. And late this morning, by a 2-vote margin, it did. But opponents claimed a fight with the House and the President would jeopardize funding for many health and welfare programs. So the Senate reconsidered, and this afternoon, by a 4-vote margin, opted for the status quo. And so the situation will be just as it has been for the past 8 years. Medicaid funds can only be used to pay for an abortion if the life of the mother is at stake. Skip Loescher, CCO News, Washington.
It is highly unlikely that Congress will reconsider the abortion issue this year.
Well, stay with us now. The Tuesday Five is going to continue. Minnesota Twins are moving to a different channel on the television dial. See, what would that be?
Channel 4 to be exact. And up next, we'll talk with the team's owner and the team's president about the new contract between the Twins and WCCO Television that was announced today.
Dayton's makes carpet and upholstery cleaning easier than ever before with the amazing new Power Steamer by Bissell. The Power Steamer lets you deep clean your carpets and upholstery rent-free anytime you like. The Power Steamer shoots warm cleaning solution, while powerful suction pulls the liquid and dirt back out. Gets carpeting deep down clean, yet fast pickup action won't soak carpet or upholstery. Don't rent, own your own Bissell Power Steamer and get the deep cleaning results you'd expect from a professional. Take home your Power Steamer today. Only $179.99 at Dayton's.
It's the low prices sale at Menards, and it really lives up to the name. Here's Texaco Haviland Motor Oil on sale now. Buy a case of 12 and save even more, just 54 cents per quart after mail-in rebate. For fall painting, save on Dutch Boy Dirt Fighter exterior paint. Dirt Fighter is a 10-year latex paint with durable flat finish, now just $10.88 per gallon. That's high quality and low prices at Menards.
We're helping you build America's heartland at Menards.
Contrary to popular belief, the dollar seems to be improving daily. For example, on Mondays at Burger King,
you get a Whopper for 99 cents. Tuesdays, a double cheeseburger. Wednesdays, the dollar holds strong with a 99-cent Whopper Junior and regular fries. Thursdays, 2 hamburgers.
The economic trend continues Friday with a 99-cent whaler. My advice is to enjoy this trend while it lasts.
The 99-cent daily specials available at participating Burger King restaurants.
We do it like you do it at Burger King.
You're looking at the most fuel-efficient vehicle in America. Its fuel supply is inexpensive and inexhaustible. You see, this vehicle doesn't use this fuel. It hauls it away. The fuel is trash, and it's a new source of electricity NSP has developed to help keep your electric rates low. Creative energy. NSP.
You're going to be seeing a lot more of the Minnesota Twins right here on WCCO Television starting next season. In an announcement today, the Twins awarded Midwest Communication the exclusive television, cable TV, and radio rights for regular season Twins game starting in the '89 season. That means the games will stay on WCCO Radio and that network. The television broadcast will move here to Channel 4 and also to our partner cable. Mark Rosen is probably one of the happiest guys about this decision. He's standing by live with the other happy guys in the partnership, Carl Pohlad, Twins president Jerry Bell. Rosie?
That's right, Don. We're obviously very, very happy about the new deal with the Minnesota Twins, a 5-year contract, and, you know, Kirby Puckett, Ken Herbick, Gary Gaetti, all coming to Channel 4. This deal, perhaps a little bit more complex than even signing some of those gentlemen we mentioned. To start with, to explain what it's going to mean to the viewers and how they will benefit, let's talk with Carl Pohlad, the Twins owner. And Carl, it's been a long time coming. Obviously, we are very happy here at Channel 4, and I think it's a relationship that's certainly going to be a great one for both of us.
Well, we're very happy, too. As you know, we've had a long association with WCCO Radio, and we're happy that this is all in one family, and we've always enjoyed a great deal of support from WCCO. It's been, they've been with us all the way when we were down in those lean years, if you remember. And
oh, yes.
So we're just more than pleased with this association, and I'd have to say that WCCO Radio happens to be the only radio studio that has a World Series trophy in the studio. So we think that's pretty good for both of us.
Jerry Bell, president of the Minnesota Twins, tell the viewers how they will benefit from this agreement.
We'll have expanded coverage. There will be up to 134 games available in various ways with this new agreement. We think the production standards that we've requested in our new agreement will be superior to what we've seen around the country in the past, at least 5 cameras and a number of other benefits in terms of watching the game, fewer commercials. We think the production will be outstanding.
Can you explain a little bit of the breakdown on how the games will be televised in WCCO television, and Midwest, certainly WCCO 2 and Twins Vision, and how many fans will have chances to get to see all these games?
Well, because there are certain network commitments with WCCO and Channel 4, approximately 30 games will be on WCCO and they'll be on in prime time. The other 30 games will be on an independent, similar to the way they have been for the past several years.
Yet to be named, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. That's not determined as yet. In addition to that, there will be up to 50 on pay-per-view, and some people have benefited and used that so far. And then there could be another 20 to 24 games on WCCO 2, which is a cable property of WCCO or Midwest Communications. And the only way that could be interfered is if the network preempted a game, but then that game would be available to our fans as well. So there should be expanded coverage available.
So up to 134 games we're talking about in all, perhaps for next season.
That's correct, Mark.
The attendance certainly, Carl, has to be a very pleasing aspect. There's a possibility still that your ball club will draw 3 million people this year.
Well, I think there's a real possibility. Our advance sales are very good, and we do hope all you fans out there will support our effort to get 3 million fans, which will put us #1 in the record book. And I think that says something for the Twin City market. We have one of the smallest markets in baseball, as you know, and that's certainly a credit to all you fans out there.
Certainly the fans like to hear what plans perhaps you may have in the off-season to even make the Twins a better club next year.
Well, everybody asks the important question, are you interested in the free agency market? And we'll only answer by saying we're going to do everything possible to improve our position. We do need some strengthening in certain key positions, and we're going to work real hard at it. We want another World Series this year and next year.
That's correct.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for spending some time with us. Again, we're very happy. 5-year contract, WCCO Television and the Minnesota Twins. Don?
Thank you very much, Mark. Now, we're going to be back to wrap up more of this Tuesday 5 in just a moment. First of all, we're going to check the time for you. It is 5:26:20 right now.
At Fred's Tire, it's the great rebate of '88. Get back up to $40 on a set of 4 select BF Goodrich TA radios for your car or truck. Now's the time to cash in on great performing BF Goodrich TAs, because at Fred's Tire you can save up to $40 during the great rebate of '88. BF Goodrich TA radios built to make your car or truck perform. So hurry into Fred's Tire. The great rebate of '88 ends October 15th.
My nose is sore. My tissue makes my nose hurt. And it gets red also just from my allergy.
Here's first aid for your nose when it's sore from too much blowing. Puffs Plus.
It feels like there's something on the tissue. It feels almost like a lotion.
Lotion? Oh my gosh.
It's the first tissue with moisturizing lotion. Puffs Plus.
Puffs Plus save my nose. Puffs Plus feels better on my nose than my other tissue. Our noses have not been sore since the day I started using this product.
Honey?
Yeah.
Your son has a craving for a roast beef sandwich.
Sure.
And some fries, too. No, he really wants a chicken sandwich.
No problem.
And a turkey club.
Want a tender roast beef sandwich, choice chicken filet, or fresh turkey club? Surprise! Hardee's has them all. Hardee's specialty sandwiches. We're out to win you over in ways you'd never expect.
Honey?
Out of nowhere came a window that shocked all other replacement windows. It protected homeowners from outside weather. It eliminated window maintenance. It tilts in for easy cleaning. Now it's the window all others are compared to. For more information, call the toll-free number on your screen. Omni replacement windows have weathered the storm.
Omni replacement windows.
By Midwest Energy Specialists.
It's your best deal. The western wind blew bitter and cold in the winter of '95. And unless you had a pocket of gold, it was hard.
Robin Hood opens tomorrow at the Minneapolis Children's Theater with 50 actors. Robin Hood is one of the theater's largest casts. And you can see the merry band of Robin Hood, Maid Marian, Little John, and the Wicked Sheriff through November 5th.
I wonder how many of us here realize that the Children's Theater in Minneapolis is world-renowned. There's no theater or a children's theater organization like it in the entire world.
And the work that John Cranley has done recently there is just amazing in bringing that theater back around to preeminence.
Turned that around the way Tom Kelly turned the Twins around. He really has an almost, it's a comfortable analogy.
Who do you think of? Do you think of Richard Green when you think of Robin Hood, or do you think of Errol Flynn?
Oh, no, Richard Green.
Yeah.
That was the one movie, wasn't it? Among the items forthcoming in a half hour on the 6 p.m. report, Pat Kester will report live from a polling place where low voter turnout is expected in today's Minnesota primary, like nobody's showing up. Also, we'll report on the fact that 1 out of 6 elementary school children in Minnesota go to school hungry, that enough people are not taking advantage